$250K after betting on Nate Diaz versus Jake Paul, and Jake Paul ends up defeating Nate Diaz by unanimous decision, and everyone was trolling Drake, basically saying, why would you bet on a fixed fight? You know, he probably gave Nate Diaz a bunch of money to not even take this fight seriously, and honestly, if you did watch the fight on pay-per-view,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like he didn't take the fight serious. He
Did
was not
anybody
even
take?
trying like the first few rounds,
Uh-huh.
and then he got punched. He actually got a clean shot, and then it was like he pushed a little bit, and then he tripped over his own feet because Nate's not that coordinated even when he walks regularly, and they counted that as a knockdown. But I think from that point on, he pretty much
So
won all the rounds
how
but
many
one,
knockdowns did Jake Paul have? Is that one?
just one.
That one where he like tripped and stumbled over his own feet?
Yeah.
That's trash.
And then, like, I think from that point on,
That should be
he
unanimous
pretty
then.
much won all the rounds but one. And half the time he was horsing around. And then he would, like, at one point they got tied up and he got him in a neck hold or something. And then he put his hands up. Like, he wasn't even, he like was like, oh, I could take his punches. It's not that bad. And he started getting them back pretty good, man. It was, he was gaining steam. I mean, he pretty much manhandled, Jake Paul the last like 3-4 rounds. But we got a video clip.
Yeah.
It's unheard of. Only been boxing for 3 years. Beat a
That's the
UFC
movie.
legend.
Yeah.
I was watching this kid growing up, but I want to run it back in MMA.
Let's go. So there's the offer on the table, $10 million in MMA next fight. Is that what you want to do next?
Yeah, I want $10 million.
$10 million?
That's the offer.
That's crazy.
Let's run it back in MMA. Make it fair. I won one. Now it's your chance in your home territory. MMA, let's do it.
Nate, what do you think of that offer?
Let's do it. We're going to have to co-promote with Real Fight Inc. I don't want to do that. But I wasn't trying to, but I had the single leg in the first and the choke in the ninth, so I already won that battle.
That guillotine there.
That guillotine? Try to choke him out for real?
Yeah, he did. He got him like, because you know they grapple, and he got his arm underneath and like started choking him out, and then the ref came in and he put his hands up like he won. Man, it was an entertaining fight, but it just seemed like Nate kind of BS a handful of rounds, and then
So did Jake Paul win this, or did Nate Diaz lose it?
I don't know. It just kind of seemed like a
draw. Like
he was holding back. I honestly thought it should have been like a split decision or something. I'd maybe give it to Jake since he did get the kind of knockdown. It wasn't really an emphatic knockdown. It was like he knocked him down, he misstumbled, and then he fell down. So I mean, but at the end of the day, it's still a knockdown.
Do you think Nate Diaz is drunk?
Man, that's just the way he talks. Sometimes I see like they showed him training where he was lighting up the blizzy and hitting the gloves, and he was just like full of smoke and just like doing his work. And I was like, this fool is like, he probably it was like with Snoop Dogg him out, let's just say, before the fight, because you saw how he was even talking. Like he's like, oh man, like.
But do you think? But I did see. Okay, so when I didn't watch the fight, but I did watch all the highlights, and I seen like Sean Porter and other boxers talk about how like, at first I hated this celebrity boxing stuff, but I mean, look at it, it's drawing so much attention to boxing, and you know how like boxing was doing a dip in ratings, like it was from treat baseball, baseball and soccer.
A lot of the big name dudes retired, and it was kind of a vacancy in the sport. Manny Pacquiao,
Floyd Mayweather,
Oscar De La Hoya,
the GOAT Floyd Mayweather.
Who?
The GOAT Floyd.
Boy Toy. Who?
Boy Toy.
We're not talking about YK Osiris.
Hey man, but you know what's funny? He doing this, and then his brother, Jake Paul. What's the other name? Logan Paul. Logan Paul was in SummerSlam.
Man, I saw some Logan Paul highlights from SummerSlam,
it's crazy,
and
right?
he put on a show. He was like a little Ricochet Jr. with the way he was flying around.
That's the storyline.
Both of them put on like a show because it was like a Ricochet versus Ricochet Jr. So it was like a battle. It was an air battle.
Exactly.
It was actually. I'm not a super wrestling fan. I'm not going to pretend that I am, but from what I did see, it did look like it was super entertaining.
I know it was really entertaining, man. Shout out to SummerSlam. If you watched WWE SummerSlam this past weekend, comment that below. Yes, I'm mad. Roman Reigns still has the WWE title. I do not know when WWE will stop getting off of this man cojones. I'm tired of it. I want to see somebody new.
Isn't he like the fake Aquaman?
basically.
That's what he looks like, right?
Mhm.
Like a fake Jason Momoa.
Yeah, he's like supposedly like related to The Rock in some sort of way, form, fashion. But it
He's
is what
trying
it
to
is.
jack his swag.
It is what it is. But
But
McConnell,
Shadow, if you think that these fights are fake or real, do you think that Nate maybe played around too much and then could have had a chance to win? Do you?
so he beat two Nates. He beat Nate Robinson and Nate Diaz. He might be the Nate Slayer. If you
But
didn't
he
watch,
ain't. You know, he's maybe like what is it, 7 or 8-0 against non-boxers, but he's 0-1 against someone that's a real boxer.
the Fury dude,
Yeah.
he'll fight him back. He don't win.
He wants to go. He said that he either wants to fight him in MMA or fight someone else or possibly fight Fury in boxing again. But I don't know if he's ready for Fury.
He ready for Fury. I want to see it. And comment below if you think Jake Paul ready for Fury. Do you finally respect Jake Paul?